I'm going to give you something really, really easy to do today. You're going to love this. You want to go to the new earth? You want to transcend into something amazing? I'm going to give you one practice. Now, I've given you tons of them, right? I always like to give you something simple that you can grab onto, that you can just do all day long. It's going to shift you into a higher frequency, right? We're going to go up to the penthouse. You ready to go to the penthouse with me? You don't want to be in the basement with all the smelly mold and all the other people that are clawing to get out of there. All right, let's go. Let's go to that higher frequency. Let's elevate ourselves to the new earth, the great awakening. The real reset is this. Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube. Here to help you break through the fears and live an amazing life. Are you ready? Okay. What is our biggest issue here, right? Destruction, anger, judging, all these things. What is that? It's a lower frequency. What creates peace and joy? Love, right? Higher frequency, love. Lower frequency is hate, all right? The lowest. So where does that come from? It has all kinds of different, there's all kinds of different reasons for that. All of it is choice. Some people will say no. But I know people that have been in the most awful, god-awful situations who chose love, and others who blame and choose hate. All right, we're going to do one exercise today that is going to help you to either shift into the new earth or recognize that you're not here, you're down here, I should say, and that you need to make some changes. Need, the N-word, right? We don't need anything, but you must make changes if you desire to transcend. Thousands of people are doing it. They're seeing the world differently. They're getting out of toxic relationships, toxic jobs. They're getting rid of all the beliefs and the criticism of all their restrictions. You know, I can't do that. Oh, that's this and that's that. And it's like, just go, do, be, expand. How do you do that? You have to come from a place of love. It's necessary because there's no restrictions. I call it the Miracle Circle. My Miracle Circle membership, a monthly membership, we come from that higher frequency where there are no obstacles. And I teach you the Master Key System steps in there within that Miracle Circle. What am I trying to do? Show you how to manifest on a high frequency. Because we've been manifesting on a low frequency, right? Some of you aren't manifesting stuff you like at all. You're manifesting those lower frequency thoughts. That's what creates pain. So, oh, I'm unhappy. Why? Because you're manifesting all the things you don't desire because you are in that mind shift. You're in that consciousness of the lower frequency. You're doing all of it. It's not, why isn't this coming to me? Oh, hello, I don't know. What are you thinking? Right? You like, this is my birthstone. All right. Can you see that? Isn't that pretty? All right. You ready? Okay. This is the exercise. Love creates and expands. Hate destroys. Am I in destruction or creation? Whichever you choose will determine where you go, the world you live in. You're either going to go in a world of creation and expansion or a world of destruction. This is, I hope you really get this. As simple as that seems, I hope you have an epiphany with this. Why is it that some people are living in a world that's destructive? They're just in the low frequency. Even if they're not, they don't think that they're doing anything, they're thinking down there. They're in the low frequency. They see the destruction. They're seeing the world as nasty. They see others as a threat. They're judging others. You don't have to physically do anything to participate in the low frequency. You're going into destruction. That's the world you'll live in. When you go into love, you're going into expansion, limitlessness, okay? Creation. All day long. Is that destruction or creation? Destruction or creation? A thought. Destruction or creation? You can say, well, that's a neutral thought. Okay. Observation can be neutral. But I guarantee you, you may think you're just observing and you're neutral. I'd say 99.9999% of the time, there's a thought behind it. It's probably not a good one. Boom, destruction. Because that cannot exist in the new earth. Anything here cannot exist in the new earth. It will exist in the old earth that's destroying itself. Because that's a probability. And you'll live in it. Why? Because you are living in the consciousness of destruction and lower frequencies. That's it. The arguments, the subject matter, irrelevant. Everything's just a frequency. Judging should only be applied to my frequency. I'm going to judge whether I'm at a high frequency or not. You don't have to really judge. You just have to observe it. Am I in a high frequency? Creation? Or was that destruction? Would that exist in the old earth, the destructive earth that will destroy itself? Of course, at some point, not in your lifetime, although that's possible. Depends on how and where you take that. But I won't be in that world. And you'll think we are. And we aren't. We'll be living in a completely different reality. You'll never see us, right? So when you go into that space, all the people that go in the high frequency are still in existence, but they are functioning at a different frequency level, and they're actually not experiencing the same thing you are if you are in destruction. All day long, everything you do, you think, you watch. You watch. You read. Okay? Destruction or creation? Destruction or creation? I'm becoming entangled with what I observe. If I'm observing destruction, then I'm entangled with that. All right? So you have to watch what you expose yourself to. And so many of you, oh, if I hear one more thing about chemtrails and, oh, what? Destruction. It exists in your world then. It's real. As a human being, you will absolutely experience that in a human body. When we say this is a holographic universe, it isn't like I'm going to pass my hand through my body, although we can do that. But we're functioning on such a low density, it's not going to happen. Right? You can only do that when you go to the high frequency, because then you're such a light being and you're so expansive, you're expanding into creation, that you're not actually a dense body anymore. You actually go out here into this expansive, amazing space, and you're connecting to everything there, which is all intelligence, all love, unconditional. Everything out there is. When you're in density, you're not even connecting to that. It's there, but you're not entangled with it. So if you're on a low frequency, you are entangled with the density. Destruction. All day long, catch yourself. Now, I gave you an exercise a while back. I said, I want you to say your thoughts, every single thought out loud. First of all, you'll be exhausted because you'll realize how much you're going, right? I need a, why am I exhausted? Shut your pie hole. All right, what are we going to do today, all day long? Creation or destruction, and there's no in between. It's either a higher frequency or it's not, and you know if it is or not. Oh, well, I was just trying to help somebody. Nope. If you are an ego trying to control somebody else, that's destruction. Because you are now trying to infringe. You can't really do it, but you will affect other people on a low frequency. So whatever you put in the collective consciousness affects everybody, because nothing's separate. We're just one energy, experiencing different things within it. So whatever I do affects you. So you are now contributing on a low frequency by saying something's not okay. You're not okay. You're not awakened. You're not okay. Well, who's saying that? Destruction. Wants to destroy. And that's real. You can go to hell if you want. It doesn't really exist, but we create everything ourselves. So you can create a destructive world. You can create all the things that you watch on those other channels. You can create it. They want you to create it. Why do you think they're there? Falling for it? It's easy. It's fascinating. Why? Because we're not used to being human. So it's like, wow, this is like really interesting stuff. It's not what we come from. It's like, oh, and then people argue about the bad stuff. Are you falling for it? Do you believe all the crap out there? Do you really believe it? Come on, you're smarter than that. You have the intelligence of the universe, so what you know, if you recognize that, you know that will be real only if you choose it, and that you're so powerful you can choose a completely different world, dimensions, reality. That's how it works. Science. And science is going out and out and out. I met a very interesting person recently who we got into this quantum physics talk, and he said, "Are you a physicist?" I said, "Oh no, far from it." And so my information comes from the collective intelligence of which we're all tapping into, ideas and things. And he said he thought that the universe was absolutely, absolutely no limitations, infinite, or goes in cycles. And I said, it's both. My opinion, it's both. It goes in cycles. Everything does. Everything goes in cycles. Have you noticed that? The temperatures of the planet, the global warming, it's been way hotter than this thousands of years ago. That's been monitored. Does anybody pay attention to that? You can make up all kinds of crap if you want. Do you want to do that? Or do you want to create and expand, create and expand? Wow, if you go into that space, if you tap into your power on LandriaOnkka.com, is a 2.5 hour master class. It's actually a workshop. And 45 minutes of that, and I actually separate it out so you can just do the meditation. It's a guided meditation, and I actually take you and we go out into the power. I mean, we go more, like my guided meditations, quantum meditations, do those. I do that too. But in this practice, we actually focus on the actual energy field and how it feels, and we push it out, and the results were amazing. People experienced amazing things. All right? It brought most of my students to tears. I cry all the time when I meditate. I go into that space that's so amazing and so loving and so beautiful. And I cry because it's incredible. And we're not tapping into it. But you can. Creation or destruction. I'm shifting here or here. That's it. There's no neutral world, right? The new earth doesn't have people walking around neutral. The new earth is the highest frequency because people are taking action to do positive things for one another, not sitting around like a lump. Give me my cup of rice, I will meditate. All right, that's great. You can contribute that way. But we're on this planet. Sorry, you chose it. Do your best. Did you do my life review video? Ooh, yeah. I pulled the plug. You're gonna have to watch that one. I don't know if I'll have this one out first or that one. My monthly membership will take you into getting control of this. It is all just observation and true choice. Observing, making a choice. Observe, make a choice. Sometimes it's just observation. But when we're in a world where we can make a higher or lower choice, if we want to evolve, we must make that choice. You don't want to go into destruction. So do that all day. You have a thought? Creation or destruction? I just chose the world. I just chose that world. I just chose that world. Oops! No wonder everything seems so bad. I keep going into the destructive world that exists. I'm now shifting into that reality. I've been shifting into it. Why is everything going wrong? Or I see everything is going wrong. losing things. And other people will say, yay, bye, bye bad relationship, bye job that destroys the planet, bye, heart palpitations, I gave up investment banking to do this. By judging everything, by lack mentality. Things should be free, blah, blah, blah. Shut your pie hole. There's abundance for everyone. And the more that you create that, the more you can share. And that's the oneness that takes you to the high level, is that you can have all those things. And you create an amazing world because there will be no lack for anyone. Creation, destruction. Where are you going? Come on over. My landing page wasn't working. If it's not, let me know. This is a free workshop for the internet training videos. Come on over, check it out. If you don't like it, shut your pie hole. And then down here, I have LandriaOnkka.com. Go tap into your power. Move past fears, only $14.95. That's an hour-and-a-half class. Take baby steps. If you don't have a lot of money or whatever, I made it super affordable. And then my monthly membership is amazing. I mean, it's really breaking down all of this. So I hope you'll join me. It takes practice. And, same mind that created the problem cannot solve the problem. So sometimes you have to have somebody else's guidance. And I'm happy to be here for you. It's my mission. What's your mission? All right. Please subscribe. Please share these. Please subscribe and share these. You are whole and perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. You are unconditionally loved. Namaste.